Yo, what's up guys? Today I want to talk about the fact that men must stop being little bitches. Feminine, super afraid of anything. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I was with a girl, let's call her Olivia. I was with Olivia. And we'd go on dates. I had one thing at the back of my mind. Oh, I wanna kiss her. I wanna kiss her. And we'd go on these dates. And I look at her, and I'd be like, oh, I wanna kiss her. I'd be telling that thing to myself. But okay, I'd be always bitchy, and I would always find a way to not do that. I always found a way to not do that move. And one day, we were at a trampoline park. And a friend of ours asked us, have you kissed yet? And I was like, oh my god, no, why did you fucking ask that? I felt so fucking bad for being a little bitch that couldn't gather myself, that couldn't find a pair of balls to kiss her. When he asked that question, I saw the disgust and sadness on the face of my girlfriend. I saw in her eyes that she saw a little bitch in me, that I wasn't masculine enough to do that first move, to be confident enough to kiss her. Like, it was so embarrassing and a sad moment for me. Yeah, it was a bad day. But let's go forward a few years. I'm on a first date with a girl. Let's call her Amy. So, we are having very, very nice time with Amy. I give her a flower because it was her birthday. And at the end of that date, we were under her house. We are like talking to each other, hugging, and I'm like, I must kiss her. Because throughout this whole date, I was waiting for that perfect moment to kiss her. And now we are under her house, and in 1 minute, she's gonna go over. So if I wanna kiss her, I have to do it either now or never, or the situation is lost. So we are hugging, and she goes. And she walks away, and she's like, goodbye. And I grabbed her. I grabbed her hand. Of course, not in a violent way, right? I grab her, pull her towards myself, and kiss her. Of course, it wasn't uncomfortable, it wasn't weird, but I was like, a perfect moment isn't ever gonna come. I better do it now. And I did. And then later, with Amy, we went on the next date. And now we are still together. And she really fucking respects the fact that I wasn't a little bitch. And even though she was already walking away, I pulled her towards me and initiated their first kiss. I wasn't a little bitch, and she respects it as fuck. And we have a sweet little moment on our first date. And no friend at the trampoline park will ever tell me that I didn't find the balls to kiss her. My answer this time wouldn't have to be an awkward no. Wouldn't have to be this uncomfortable, bitchy feeling of saying that I was scared. So I want you to realize that timing is never perfect. You're never gonna have a perfect situation to kiss a girl. You're never gonna have a perfect situation to start your YouTube channel. A perfect situation just never comes, or rarely comes. I want you to not wait for it, and do the same as I did that night. Even though the perfect situation didn't come, I didn't allow this to not do the move, to not do the work, to not do the thing that you told yourself to do. So I want you to not be a bitch, and do that one thing despite the timing not being perfect. Because it wasn't the perfect timing. She already walked away. She was already walking away. She wanted to go home. We were late 15 minutes because the train was late half an hour. We would be even before the time she had to go back home. But because of that train, we were late. And she already had to go. She didn't have much time left under her home. She didn't have much time left for me because she had to be back home. So she was in a hurry and she was already walking away. The timing was not perfect. But I wasn't a little bitch this time, so that I would just sit there and wave to her goodbyes. No. This time was different. This time wasn't the day in which I was a little bitch, like I was a few years prior. That I couldn't gather myself to kiss my girlfriend. So let that story be the reminder that the timing is never gonna be perfect. But I want you to pull that thing towards you and do the thing that you told yourself that you were going to do. Like I said to myself throughout that whole date that I'm gonna fucking kiss her. And at the end, she was already walking away, I pulled her and kissed her. I want you to be this story a reminder and an example of how you should do things in life. When you're telling yourself to do something, do it. Even if circumstances aren't perfect. Because you might find yourself being prior me and never end up kissing that girl. And never end up doing the thing that you told yourself that you would do in the future. And then someone would come up to you and ask you, why didn't you do that? And you would see the disgust in other person's eyes that you are a little bitch. I want you to grow a pair of balls and don't be so fucking feminine. And if you're afraid to do that thing, because of course I was, it was the first date. And she was already walking away. Of course I was afraid to kiss her. But I want you to grow a pair of balls and despite your fear, do that thing. You might be afraid of showing your face in front of camera. I want you to grow a pair of balls and don't be fucking feminine. Don't be a bitch and recover. But if you're afraid, I want you to realize that we are all gonna die anyways. You are gonna die anyways. And people who you are afraid of are gonna die anyways. I could have said to myself, okay, Olivia is gonna die anyways. So why am I afraid of kissing her? Of what she's gonna think? Is she gonna think it's like weird or whatever? I was overthinking. But if I just realized that, okay, we are all gonna die, and it doesn't matter, it's just a fucking kiss, my mindset would shift, and it would allow me to do the thing that I couldn't gather myself to do. I recorded a video about it, that we are all gonna die anyways. I want you to fucking watch it. It's a sick video. And I want you to realize that the men who succeed are the ones who take risks. If you, next time you have a situation where you can do a big ball thing, and a thing and nothing, and basically stagnation, I want you to do that big ball thing. Of course, unless it's stupid. But if that big ball thing isn't stupid, I want you to do it. I want you to not be a little bitch anymore. I don't want you to be past me, who couldn't gather myself to kiss my girlfriend. It wasn't even the first date. It wasn't the second date. It was all the dates later. And after all this time, I still couldn't gather myself to do that. I was a fucking bitch. And I don't want you to be such a bitch. You can see how much I want you to improve and to not make the same mistakes as I did. So, even if you never kissed a girl, or even if you never recorded on YouTube, even if you never went to the gym, I want you to do that thing for the first time. And don't wait for the perfect moment. I want you to realize that perfect moment is never gonna come. And I want you to do that thing. And if you're afraid, remember that we are all gonna die anyways. And I want you to remember that the winners in life weren't the little bitches who were afraid to do the work and who were afraid to do the thing that they wanted to do. I don't want you to be that little bitch. I want you to be a winner with me. So thanks for watching. Type in comments your questions. Remember to not be a little bitch. Subscribe and see you guys till next time.